I'm going to actually share with you my one piece of advice. And if I had to sum it all up, if I had to give myself a really one concise piece of advice, it would be trust your gut. That really has to do with everything, right? You think about, I think about these experiences where I'm interviewing people early in my career. I'm young. I'm in my early 20s. I'm interviewing candidates for a job, and I can feel if they're good, not like specifically for the role I'm hiring at the company I'm running, and I would let investors or some senior executive I hired or a group of employees that had interviewed the person really convince me to go against my gut. And that was in both directions, but most of the time when I felt like people weren't a good fit and we'd hire them. And I'd say I was correct 90% of the time. I mean, usually that spidey sense, like about that yellow or red flag, turned out to be right. And I wish I trusted my gut on that. It could have to do with strategies or initiatives or things that you're doing. I have very, very distinct memories of being in the room with a ad agency that we had hired, a marketing agency, and they were helping us with some campaign, and they did this massive presentation, and they worked with this brand and this famous brand, and it was really a really bad idea. And we were paying them a lot of money for it. But again, I felt like, well, they've worked with all these other brands. They have much more experience than I have, and I should trust them. And I feel like every time I've gone against my gut, I missed in one way or another. And so when I think about it, that's my my piece of advice. And I think it has to do with imposter syndrome a lot. Like I think we all have imposter syndrome to some level. And even though I've had a quote unquote successful career, I still have it. I talk to CEOs who have sold their companies for multiple billions of dollars and they still have it. And I think when you have that imposter syndrome, it kind of holds you back sometimes from making that call and going with that gut feel. And to me, I kind of think about it and say, if I can make a decision now by going with my gut, and I can be right 90% of the time, but make the decision 90% faster or 50% faster or something like that, then it's worth it. And so, anyway, if you can tell, I have definitely a lot of scars from this, but that's the advice that I would give myself.